What's good, everyone? Welcome to episode 6 of Masti with Satvik Saini. Tonight, we have a very special guest, Nidhi Mehta from LA area, California. She is probably the most extra person I know, and I would love to have her on for this episode for discussing the new Mindy Kaling series, Never Have I Ever. So, without further ado, let's have Nidhi join.
Hey,
How are you?
good. How are you?
Doing okay? Damn, we're all dressed up. How long did it take you to dress up for tonight?
5 minutes.
3 hours?
Let's be honest. Please, 5 minutes, okay? How are you?
How are you? How's your family? How's LA?
My family's doing good. LA could be better, but we're still doing fine.
Are you actually social distancing? How are you passing the time?
I'm social distancing. I am taking online classes, painting, TikToks, and a lot of binge. So
I see a lot of lies in the comments, so I'm not sure if you're trying
Live. No one. Yes, binge to Meg because she keeps on making me binge all these shows on Netflix.
So Nidhi, I've
Yes.
known you for I think 5 years now?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
5 years now. So tell my viewers a little bit about yourself before we dive into the special.
A little bit about myself is, as Satvik said it, I'm the most extra person I know. No, I'm kidding. I'm an angel. No, basically, I'm a student finishing up school. I'm transferring to U of O. Go Ducks. I'm not a duck person, but whatever. I'm just basically dancing and playing tennis in my free time. Oh, and I'm gonna kick Satvik's ass, just so you guys know. So just watch out. Just wait till quarantine is over, and I'm gonna totally kick his butt at tennis.
In what? Making TikToks or tennis?
Both.
Okay, you spent 4 hours making one TikTok, so you have me beat.
Excuse me. Literally, that was really hard. The background, like getting everything together. The actual TikTok probably took like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but the entire setup is what matters. You took 4 hours to film a 15-second.
Okay, quality content. Clearly, my viewers like it. You have the most viewers right now, thanks to me. I love all my friends.
They're all laughing and saying you're lying, so. All right.
Okay, fake.
A week ago, Mindy Kaling came out with a new series called Never Have I Ever, starring a new Indian girl as the lead, which is, I think, a first, which is crazy. So let's talk shop. First thoughts on the show. Wait. Actually, no. How long did it take you to binge the show? And then first thoughts.
Okay, I've been counting down for the show to come out. I was like 12 o'clock hit. I watched like 5 episodes. Then the next morning I woke up and that's all I did. So it was not that hard, to be honest.
So 2 days?
Less than a day, like maybe less than half a day, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Tell me your thoughts on the show.
I was obsessed with it. Personally, I am a huge Mindy Kaling fan. Don't come at me, but it is such a good show based on diversity, representation, brown girl for the win, and hello, Team Paxton.
Jesus, we'll talk about Paxton. So as far as like before, because you've been following the hype of Mindy Kaling, right? Did you have any expectations before?
So honestly, I will say though, Mindy Kaling is not the most brown person I know. She's definitely very whitewashed, and I can say that. So seeing her come out with this kind of show was kind of like, okay, this can go hit or a miss. But honestly, I think she did a really good job, especially with the casting. I thought that was a really big game winner for her.
I think the cast was also huge, but I'm not a huge Mindy Kaling fan, to be honest. Like, I only know Mindy Kaling from The Office, and her character in that is hella annoying. So I wasn't a huge fan, but I was like, so how are you a Mindy Kaling fan then? From what stuff?
The Mindy Project and her books.
Oh, yeah. I've not seen the Mindy Project.
You're literally living under a rock.
No, I'm not gonna watch. But Mindy Kaling's all right. She's decent. Whatever. I didn't have much expectations here with her show, but I saw a new Indian lead, as in that's like breaking new territory. The plot was very typical. Some high school trying to
How
lose her virginity,
so?
kind of overplayed. Like she's just trying to get banged. Like that's
Okay,
how it started,
clearly you
right?
didn't get banged in high school, which is why you're getting so upset over this. Secondly, how many Indian girls do you see go up to the hot guy and be like, hey, I want you to bang me? Like, that's so new. I've never seen that. So, first of
It's
all,
not
and
new.
secondly, the plot line. Okay, here I have to say a point about this. Yes, the plot line may have started with her trying to get banged from like Team Paxton, but it didn't really show much of that. It showed her relationship with the characters and more so her life individually too. Like it showed her what was going on at home with her friends. So it didn't really cover the love life, which I thought that was really interesting. That for once a Mindy Kaling show wasn't based off of romance.
But it was based off.
Or okay, so my bad. Not based off of like it is based off of romance, but primarily not focusing on the romance.
Okay, I'll be honest. Typical cliche plot, coming of age show. I wouldn't watch this if it was an Indian starring in it. To be completely honest, that's the only thing that caught my eye. First two episodes were kind of like, I'm trying to lose my virginity, whatever. And the dad part was interesting. I think that added a bit like emotionalness. And
Yeah.
with like I thought if it was just romance, I wouldn't have watched, to be honest. But the part that almost made me turn the series off was her being in a wheelchair and then getting her ass up when seeing a hot guy. I was like, this is unbearable.
Wait, like literally me, like I'm getting up, I was thinking you Team Paxton right now. Okay, that was a little I actually forgot about that scene. I'm not gonna lie. Um
Yeah. And I was like, Mindy Kaling, why did you add that? You didn't need that.
okay, so basically you do realize Mindy Kaling is also a very dramatic person and we're talking about a teenage show. So of course there's gonna be drama. Like what do you expect? And as realistic as that is like as realistic that sorry that is unrealistic is what I'm trying to say. It's a drama show. Like shit, what did you expect? Like I thought that was like
Someone
okay, a little like okay, I can see why people definitely like thought that was stupid, but it's once again a
no,
TV show.
people didn't think it was stupid. She was paralyzed for 3 months, was in a wheelchair, and then sees some hot guy and just gets up. Miss me
I
with that face.
mean, besides that, I think it was overall very well done. Okay, I hear someone saying the coyote scene was unnecessary, which also thought was really stupid too. The one where she got
What
bit
scene
by
was
okay, she was like drunk at the party and then she thought that she envisioned the coyote as her dad. So she saw the coyote as her dad and then she was at the party, she thought that was her dad again. She tried talking to the coyote and then the coyote bit her and she ended up, in the hospital.
Oh, was that like a reincarnation joke or some shit? I was confused.
Actually, okay, I didn't think of it like that, but that's kind of offensive. But she said that she thought that was her dad or something, so
Yeah,
didn't quite
maybe
make
that's
sense.
something. Okay, what
Yeah.
did you also? Nobody in this goddamn show knew how to open a fucking locker. Did you notice
What
that?
do you mean? No,
Every
no.
time one of the kids would go up to their fucking locker, they would just wouldn't open it. Like it was just the wrong way to open a locker. Like, did they
I
never
didn't
go to
know there
middle
was
school?
like a right way to open a locker.
It's a combination locker. There's like they none of them did it right though. It was bothering me the entire series.
Wow. Okay. Well, I forget my combination all the time, so I don't think
Forgetting
there's a big.
forgetting your combination is different than just like not doing it right, which was the case in that.
Okay, then. I feel like those are little things that might have been overlooked. We can
Oh,
give it
for
to the
sure.
director.
Oh, for
Next
sure.
time Satvik will
There's
teach them
definitely.
how to open lockers, guys. Make sure you guys watch that on his new live. He'll show you how to open a locker. Wait,
Just
I
go to
guess, oh
fucking
my God,
school.
people noticed it. People noticed it. Look,
That's what
they're
I'm
right
saying.
in the comments. Okay, you clearly
There
were
we
not
go.
focusing on the right things.
Okay,
But yeah.
what did you feel about the comedy versus the emotional? To be honest, I thought the comedy scene in the show overall was kind of forced at times. Like some things were kind of cringe. I like the emotional part of the show a little bit more, like that plot line and storyline. with her trauma with her dad, and then coming around to some shit with her friends, and Devi just kind of being an asshole at times.
Okay, so okay, people who keep on saying Devi being an asshole, I have to correct you guys. Someone who is gone through trauma, which not me, I'm talking about like in general, someone who's been through trauma, how do you expect her to clearly she had unresolved feelings towards it and couldn't even process it? So of course she was acting out. Like, hello, who doesn't? She's clearly like shoving her feelings down,
No.
but also I get what you're saying, how it was like forced. But like, what parts would you say it was forced? Because I know the emotional, I was taken aback. Like the scenes with her dad were so spot on and so genuine. I
Yeah.
was like, but you can't make a show that serious too. Especially a Mindy Kaling show. She's not gonna go that. She's gonna like add cringe to it. Like that's literally who she is.
Mindy Kaling's cringe. Yeah, I agree.
No, at times, like she can be cringe. Like I've genuinely watched her stuff. She like dramatizes and over exaggerates and brings on the cringe. Like that's literally who she is. Like all of her shows in
No,
Mindy
that's
Project, that's how she portrayed herself.
no, for sure. She was pretty cringe in Office too. But as far as like you mentioned interestingly with Davy's character, for sure. Everyone's been an asshole in like relationships in their life. You'd
Yeah.
be lying if you weren't. But Mindy Kaling was kind of towing like the line, a very thin line of between liking her and unliking her during the show.
Okay.
For most of it, I did not like it.
Everyone keeps on saying that it's either like a hit or a miss with her. I don't want to like. I really want to know what 15-year-old was so nice to their parents and didn't act like her. Like obviously.
If I okay, I don't know about you, but if I saw some of the shit she was saying, my dad would beat my ass.
Okay, definitely mine too. I would definitely like not be alive right now. But I think her mom wasn't really there to discipline her. If you've noticed, her dad in the flashbacks was the one who disciplined her. And I think she kept on acting out because no parent was literally stopping her from acting that way. It was almost like she was feeding into her habits. And as you can see in the flashbacks, I feel like deep down, she was like, oh, my mom doesn't really care about me. So honestly, she clearly did whatever she wanted to do. She was pushed to a limit. And I'm not going to lie, personal experience, like I ran away in high school. I'm not kidding you right now. Like I've been that girl. And I know how that feels
Wait.
exactly.
Wait, you ran away in high school? Where? To your friend's house?
I just went away. I took my parents' car and I ran like with the car. I was so pissed. I mean, I've definitely done
Wait.
things
Listen,
genuinely.
running away to like a beach for 6 hours is like running.
No,
How
not to
long
a
did you run away
beach.
from it?
I've definitely gone like hours on end. Obviously, I couldn't do the whole overnight thing. I wasn't that ballsy. But I've definitely run away to places and I just didn't come back with no explanation. And I'm telling you, like, it is what it is. Like, that shit happens. So, like, I don't blame her for acting the way she did because I feel like I could relate to it. Once you get fed up, you just want to freaking, like, go away. And I didn't want to, like, deal with it head on. So, running away, and people who know me know that, like, running away is, like, my favorite thing to do. It's a thing. It's a mechanism. It's like a defense mechanism.
Running
That
away
sounded really
where
bad.
though?
I've had situations where I wanted to run away.
Like get space. I understand everyone wants space at times, but run away like going to your friend's house for 4 hours is completely normal. It's not fucking
No, like
running
I've
away.
told my friends literally I want to live with them and run away. Like I want to live at their house for like a good amount of time.
Okay, that's some extra LA shit. That I don't know where else that people run
Okay,
away for a
don't bring
couple of
LA
hours.
into all of this.
That does probably fit into it.
No,
Okay,
please.
but what do you think? So Davey, she was towing the line. For me, it was a little mostly unlikable for most of it, and then for you, I guess you liked it because you can relate a little bit more. I did relate with her short fuse though, like how angry she would
You
get at
did or you
times, or
didn't?
just blow up. I did. That's the one thing I did relate with.
We all know that. Anybody knows Satvik
No,
knows he has a short tube light. He'll fuse any day.
no, at times though, because like I guess Indians at times are like known for suppressing their feelings, like you were saying.
Yeah, it's true. I definitely think, like I said, it's a psychological thing. We tend to push away our feelings. And you can't talk about it. So it's like pent up anger that's just like building up inside of you. So you're going to blow up. You're either going to blow up in short like measures, or you're just going to blow up in one big go. And it is what it is. Like, I don't blame her, because it was leading up to the point. I don't remember if she just went off on her mom. No, she didn't go off on her mom before she went to Ben's house. So like,
She
I
called her
get it.
mom a bitch.
Okay,
That's what she said.
I've seen like TikToks where they called their mom the B word, and I'm like, I would never, ever try that in my house. But I've definitely told my dad to screw it once, and that didn't really end well. So yeah, I got mad one time, and I was just like, screw it. And he definitely didn't let me hear the end of that one. Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you. Okay, as far as what do you think about like the Indian American cultural representation in this show, or like the Desi representation? Because they had that one scene about the Ganesh Puja, and they're like, it was a banger. They showed like classical dances, which I thought was super cool. Everyone in Ghagra Joli or whatever, in Sherwanis, everything stuff, which I thought was cool. Like to show part of that.
I think the Ganesh Puja was on point. I think the biggest thing for me was if they bring us in our tacky outfit, like, you know, they're going to make us look ugly and, you know, show us like in such a bad spotlight, that was going to make or break it, you know? I definitely thought they showed the whole thing super duper well. And I definitely love the commentary in the scene where the girl was like, you know, where Devi was like, I don't think so she related with the whole Bollywood dance thing or whatever, which I thought was like, in my part, I think that's, as a Bollywood dancer, I was like, I genuinely do like it. So I didn't think that was right. I think the whole scene itself was just showing her hating on her culture. And a lot of people were like, we don't like the fact that she was hating on her culture. It displayed it correctly for once. And then you're just going to see her shit on it. Like, I guess they wanted like a realization where she like liked her culture at the end of it. And I think a lot of people gave their feedback on that.
My favorite part about that show, when that guy with the huge forehead shows up and like
and that ugly haircut.
Yeah, whatever it was. He's like,
Yeah.
Hey, I realized at Stanford, like Native Americans are super into their culture, so I decided to embrace mine. Like hating on your culture as a personality is a shitty one. I was like, spot on. That was my favorite dialogue of the show. That was powerful.
Honestly, I could see you playing that role. I literally told you this. Like, that would be you. But I think that was such a good snippet, but they didn't really expand on that. That was a really good conversation scene that they did. But I feel like she didn't have anyone to see her culture. She didn't have Indian friends she hung out with. So where would she like her culture? Who gave her that? Kamala was like a fob from India for her. Her mom didn't really talk about it.
Take that back. Kamala was awesome.
Kamala was very good. But they didn't discuss their culture, you know? She didn't have someone who could teach her what the good things are about that culture. So how do you think she's going to understand it? Clearly, she didn't even want to come to Ganesh Puja. It was by force.
Also, I think it's like, as far as being ashamed or like I think everyone goes through a certain portion of that in their lifetime where they're kind of like ashamed of the culture, bullied for. I never really got bullied, but I don't know. Some people I know, most people have.
Yeah.
Where they feel it's like an up and down curve. So you kind of have to like, not in a shitty way, kind of hate it to like really appreciate it once you're like a little bit older. So him going away to college and being away from it made him appreciate it more. Which, and I like Gargi's point.
What about the part when she doesn't like her culture and how that? Yeah, but you guys also realize the show was left on a cliffhanger that I think season 2 will depict that more. And also, I was reading some articles. Season 2 wants to actually talk about Devi's self-identity. So I'm including culture comes into that. So she tried to do a lot in one season, enough for us to be hooked, to just know that there most likely will be a second season where we can see more of that. But I will stand by my point. If you don't have, we went to Shaka, so we have somewhere. I honestly grew up in a white neighborhood, white people, like no Indian presence in my area. But because I had like,
your neighborhood? Your neighborhood?
Yes, like, the white neighborhood, the one where there's all white people there. Yes.
I thought you had like all your Indian friends around then.
No, my like friends, like I literally, if you take like a poll, like it's all white people mainly, and basically old white people. So it doesn't even help. Like there's not even kids my age. My point being is though, Shaka brought me to my culture and showed me Bal Vihar. Any Sunday school type of activity led me to, drug, led me to,
Drug.
understand my culture. But when I grew up from preschool to eighth grade, I didn't have anyone who looked like me. And if I did, we didn't really, it wasn't like a great thing to be known you're Indian because I got a lot of backlash. And I feel like
For being
even in
Indian?
high school, yeah, because what we're defined as, the girls are just hairy and, we have tail in our hair. And I'm going to be honest with you, people comment about that and it makes you feel shitty. You know what I mean? And like, also in high school, I grew up around, once again, the white kids, and there was an Indian group. So it's funny. One of my friends is actually a senior. She's on here. She actually told me when that scene with like Paxton and his guy friends. So there used to be like the older
Yeah.
Indian kid scene, 2 grades older than me, and so I used to literally do that, talk to the cute Indian guy in my group. But that was like the only Indian people in my group. But honestly, besides Indian dancing on International Day, there was nothing else related to Indian Club. We didn't do anything else. So how am I supposed to appreciate my culture if I have nothing to go off of?
That's an interesting point. But like all the people I met when I was down in LA, like did you not know them when you were younger?
Everybody who I've met because of outside dancing and stuff like that. So dance teams, like I said, that helped. And
Oh,
through college, a lot of people are through college or Shaka.
oh, I see, I see.
Definitely in
Interesting.
college, I became more brown. 100%. I got with the brown community. My brother didn't have that though. My brother's had his same high school friends. Yeah, Kush, Garba. Like that. Yes, honestly. That was where I got with the whole Indian community.
No, for sure. That's Garba's pretty much a banger. So as far as
Yeah.
like relatability for me was like sometimes growing up here, like I was actually born and raised in India, but I came out here when I was younger, like 2005. So for me, it's like sometimes you feel too Indian, and for some things, and sometimes you feel not Indian enough. So it's like a constant battle of like having these two identities and growing up there, and then like kind of belonging to both, but not belonging to both at the same time. If you know what I mean. So times that's a challenge, which I think was depicted well in this show, or hopefully is like worked on in season two.
I think right now is one-sided, to be very honest, that she didn't really gel with their culture. But like you said, I really hope season two, explains more of that.
I mean the interaction with Davy and that guy, but yeah, that Davy
Or I
was
think it
definitely
doesn't even
made
need
it
to
to
be
the
like,
season.
yeah, just showing more cultural activities. But even if you look in her like circle of friends, there was no Indian person. I don't even think so. I saw an Indian guy in the hallways.
Oh,
Like,
that was a bummer. They needed a sexy Indian man in that show besides freaking Prashant, the guy who just showed up
clearly
at the
you
door.
weren't going to be the one they were going to hire. So leave Prashant alone because he did a damn good job. Okay,
Prashant was
Prashant
attractive. I thought he was.
Prashant
I thought he
hit
was
the
good
nail
looking.
on the head for all those hot Indian boys. That clearly arranged marriage. I mean, not that I know, but I don't see any cute Prashants, in arranged marriage. Like, I really don't. I
Let's go.
honestly think they did Steve dirty. I thought Steve was really cute. They did Steve dirty. And he's from Grey's Anatomy too, by the way, if you didn't know that. He's also on Grey's Anatomy.
I'm not watching Grey's Anatomy. That's like 15 fucking seasons. No way I'm
I mean,
watching
yeah, you should tell Adi that, who like literally went ham over that.
if there's a show that's over 7 seasons, I'm not watching it. But that's so. Let's talk a little bit about more characters. I thought the dynamic between, or like how they represented the family with like her mom, Kamala, and Devi. I thought that was cute. Like the way the dynamic was. Mom was kind of angry. I thought she was acting well. The acting was okay. I think the mom was acting the best. But like Kamala, her role and like the way she was playing, plus she was super attractive, was interesting add to the whole dynamic. Like not having a father figure in the house.
I think so. Wait, what are you trying? Like, honestly, I thought, as you guys know, the mom, she's like from Ye Jawani Divani. She's also a very well
That
known
mom?
actor. You didn't know she's the reporter from Ye Jawani Divani when she tells Ranbir Kapoor Like, this is your job. Like, did you not know that? Like, Bunny, like, did you not know that?
Oh shit.
Yeah. I thought it was, she's a very well-known classic actor.
No wonder she was the best actor. That's why.
No, she definitely was really, really good. Um, but I do have to say though, in terms of like Kamala, I liked the way she acted and her dialogues. I thought the writing was flawless. I think writing really helped. You can get an actor to say what you want, but the words really, the dialogue really was amazing, I thought. I think overall the cast was flawless. I think they did a really good job individually in their roles, and we got to dive into their own, little bits of their lives. I think Kamala standing up for herself, and I thought that was really cool how she's like, oh, but like I'm more than just a housewife. Like I want to, I want to continue working and all of that. I thought that was a little extra with the whole like, the arranged marriage, be on this side of me and be all that. Like, I love Devi's commentary. I didn't know that was a thing. I really didn't.
Yeah, neither did I, honestly. I didn't know.
But I definitely think I didn't like the fact that they did Steve dirty. I know someone also mentioned that. Like, that's actually not fair. Come on, I get it. Prashant was really good looking, but dude, Steve was a good guy. Like,
who cares?
She wanted to marry him before she saw Prashant, okay?
That's like you getting married to your first boyfriend or girlfriend. Steve was like a 3-minute time pass. It was like a 3-month time pass. That's what he was. I don't feel bad for Steve. Steve got with Kamala. Kamala's way better looking than Steve.
Okay, you mean Prashant. You mean Prashant got with Kamala?
No, I'm saying Steve was with Kamala though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He was definitely playing above his field. So don't feel bad for Steve.
I mean, but like someone said in the comments, like Nidhi said, like that's not actually in real life though. I think, but then once again, I will say this: that's a literal movie. Hey, who's saying Steve can suck it? What do you mean? I agree. Okay, everybody, I didn't know we're all going to get arranged marriages and find ourselves Prashants, because I think I'll stick with my Steve, because the Prashants don't exist in real life. But once again, it was a show, so...
You need a Shadi.com profile. Get on Shadi.com or Dilmil or whatever that shit is.
Ew, I'm not desperate. And if anybody finds a profile there, it's fake. I don't exist.
Bullshit. That means she's on Dilmil.
No,
everyone is wondering.
No, I'm not.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Please. Anyways.
Okay. What about we know? Okay, with Paxton. What are your thoughts on Paxton?
Hello, Team Paxton. Oh my God, I researched on I did a PhD on this freaking man the minute the show ended. Like I.
Okay, wait. Wait. Hold up. Paxton's character was way too old to be playing a high schooler. Second thing, we know you want to sit on Paxton's face, but besides that point, what did his character development do in the show? Nothing.
Okay, shut up. Okay, these comments are making me laugh. Okay, first of all, guys, Paxton, if you Googled him, you would know he does characters from 15 to 25. And he clearly got the job, and he did a damn well good job. So
it doesn't matter. He was so old. He was twice named to the character he was playing. I'm getting
exposed. Okay. First of all, people, Paxton, I get it. He was a douche. I get it. We all get that. But do you realize there's also underlying issues that he's dealing with? Clearly, it's obvious. Okay.
What was he dealing with?
He clearly doesn't have the, smartness as Devi's mom said.
Hey, that was the big issue.
Listen, if you're trying to get with an Indian girl, you need to be Harvard graduate, okay? Clearly in Devi's mom's eyes. No, I'm kidding. Point being, he clearly had issues. Rebecca calling him out, he clearly goes with girls who are hot, but have no brains. I mean, that was pretty obvious. But okay, if he totally used her, as my comments are going off, but clearly he didn't he saved her many times. For a guy with that kind of reputation to go in front of everybody to save her, that was, tell me how many freaking popular kids like saved you and did that nice things to her. Do you get it? Like, I understand, but that's what I'm saying. Don't cut Paxton out because there's a lot more to him. You clearly see after Rebecca calling him out, and did we even see a father or mother figure? Maybe he doesn't have any father figure to rely on. Maybe he doesn't know how to treat a woman right. Clearly,
Wait.
Rebecca was there to like, guide him.
Wait, listen though. Paxton, like, yeah, sure, hot douchebag, typical kind of role. Mixed kid, sure. Good looking, yes. Came in, did a couple douchey things, but saved her a couple times at parties. But like, there's no character development. What is his character besides being kind of
But
hot?
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We didn't. And okay, let me say this: if Paxton was acting as so good of how Ben was acting, we'd be like, oh my god, hot guys like this never treat us girls like that. That's just in like TV shows.
What are you
You'd
talking
honestly say that
Why
if
the
we
fuck
said
would
a
I
hot
say-
guy.
Why
No,
would I say
if
that?
we said a hot guy like him giving the girl like, that's like any teen movie, if you've noticed this, any teen movie like She's All That or whatever, or no, not She's All That, whatever. There's so many like, teen shows. Basically, it's like if he played like what Ben's character was, like the good guy and, was so close to her, that'd be like, people would be like, that's not reality of life. Like popular kids don't, be nice to girls like that. You know what I mean? We're in a freaking high school setting, okay? How many guys like Paxton really are going to be buddy-buddy with you at that?
A lot, Nidhi. You clearly weren't popular.
Clearly, my high school, and hopefully no one in high school is watching this, was filled with cliques, and that wasn't existent,
The clicks are everywhere.
Please, the last comment,
My man.
you
Okay,
should
but listen.
clearly see him.
Nidhi, let me drop some knowledge why me and the world is Team Ben. First of all, Team Ben is a classic douchebag, right? Obviously has issues. Rich daddy doesn't care for him. His mommy doesn't care for him. He has a big ass house. He's lonely as hell, right? But
Yes.
he's a douche. His character's well written. He's kind of funny. Paxton has nothing going for him personality wise. Please get a personality. Third of all, Ben comes around and he's like nice to her when they're sharing that drink in the trip. First of all Daisies try to do this shit when they were in trouble or grounded or some shit. They would try to go on a trip like some DECA trip or FBLA kind of thing, where they definitely synced up their connection. They cared. He was smart. He kind of felt Davy's vibe a little bit more. And the last scene, how is that not romantic as hell?
Okay, let me stop you right there. In the moment, that was really sweet, but you clearly didn't have attraction to him in the movie theater scene when they were in his house home theater. So yes, in the moment, people do nice things, but that doesn't mean you freaking like have to go. Yes, even if you kiss that person, doesn't mean that compatibility is one thing, attraction is another. Compatibility is there. Doesn't mean she's gonna be attracted to him. Like if you look at Drake and Josh, Mindy and Josh, they were together too. Like they had the same type of like Devi and Ben kind of vibes, but doesn't mean you have to end up together. Sometimes people are better off as friends. And wait till season 2. I promise you will see more of Paxton. And I can bet you right now that she will end up with Paxton. Boom. I rest my case.
You want to put money on that?
I'll put money on that. All these 29 viewers, we're putting money on this. Paxton, if I know Mindy Kaling in her writing, she's gonna freaking go with Paxton. 100%.
You don't know Mindy Kaling though.
I know her writing style. Mindy Project. Dude, she has similar storylines, like the Indian girl getting with the like that white guy or whatever not. Like, dude, it's gonna end up together. Look, everybody, I'm making a bet on this right now.
$25.
25 bucks.
It won't be Paxton. Bet?
It's gonna be Paxton.
Everyone's witnessing this. It's on air. It goes out live. So also, I think you made a good point about like in the moment if someone does a nice thing, but like Nidhi, there's definitely been times you've told me like you went for the same guy multiple times, right? You kissed him. You tried to kiss him.
Why are we exposing my love life here? Like, please, there could be like exes on this. Like, I'm kidding.
But there's times where like you try and it doesn't work out, but you keep on trying. Like it's persistence. So Ben kind of has that.
Can you repeat that again? Can you repeat that comment again?
I'm saying like Nidhi, like you told me multiple times that you like try to kiss someone but they weren't into it, but then you eventually got around to kissing them and it was a thing, right?
Okay, I
Oh,
didn't
am I
go,
wrong here?
and just letting everybody know, I don't go kissing guys like that and being like, "Hey, kiss me!" Like, shit, that is so stupid. Please, my people are gonna seriously think I'm like, oh my god,
Oh,
I do
sorry.
not
Did I
do
say
that,
something wrong?
people.
Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I cross the
Oh
line?
my god.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to.
Okay, let me clarify. I have liked guys, okay, boys.
Well, I hope so.
And okay, my thing is I'm a consistent woman. Okay, I try. I try a lot. I try. I'm very consistent. I have a pattern. If I like a guy, I spot in on them, and I will try for a year. I know my routine. It is what it is. But I also think that I've ended up in situations. Oh
Your
my
girls
god.
roasting you more than I'm roasting you, so they're helping me out.
How
Thank
did
you.
you
Thank you, ladies.
um, okay. I have definitely ended up in situations, good or bad, that I'm really trying hard to save myself here.
Nidhi, it's okay. We understand. Don't worry. You can pass
That
that.
no, it basically like didn't end up, okay? It didn't. For whatever reason, it didn't,
Yeah.
But I don't even know where I was going with this. But that doesn't mean like I've also ended up with guys who I didn't like. Like I dated because we were friends and I was like, okay, let me give this a shot because
Yeah.
they did something nice to me and I've like done that, but I can't fake it. I'll kid you not. Sorry. I hope that person is not in there. I've definitely been on a date with a guy. I like didn't know. I didn't like him. I know I didn't. I actually made him cry after that first date and it was actually really embarrassing. Um, but I gave him a chance because he was there. Cool. We had that spark for that one moment, but we're better off as friends. He's literally the Ben of my life. He's a great guy. I've had a few Bens in my lives. I definitely had a lot of Bens,
Yeah, true.
but
So you like Benz and you're on
also
Dilma.
real. Oh my God. I hate these comments. I literally don't want. But yes. Also, thank you,
That's why.
Priyanka Devi.
So this is what I think is going to happen. This is why I think I'm going to win the bet. Because there was no sexy Indian man introduced in this show. Not for Devi. Next year, some kid from New Jersey fucking transfers to Devi's school. And boom, game over. This is where I win the bet. Watch.
Where?
That
Okay.
would make the show better, honestly. A sexy Indian man's would make the show better. Don't you think?
Okay. I'm gonna clarify that. I'm gonna like stop it right now. Oh God, no. Satvik is not getting cast on this show. Why is
Thank you,
it
Toronto.
that we have to end up with an Indian guy? I don't want to end up with an
You
Indian guy.
don't.
Why do we freaking like? I want her to end up with a white boy. Like, why can we not have an Indian girl liking a white boy? Like, freaking kill me if it has to be with a freaking Indian boy. Like,
You
seriously.
can. No one's stopping you. Who said you can't?
Yes, but
Don't
that's
just get
my
off the
point.
mill.
Can you guys talk about how teen and adults fill our minds with distractions and not? Yes, I want to talk about that question. But my point being though, like seriously though, like jokes aside, some Indian girls like Indian white boys or whatever not, and they don't like Indian boys. Like shout out to Shirosh. Basically, why can't we? Why can't we just like an white boy? Like why can't I get with a white boy or Baby can't get with a white boy? It's a true. It's a true thing.
Did I even fucking say that? Did I say something that hurt you personally? You can get
It
with a white
hurt.
boy. You can get with
It
many
hurt
white
me.
boys.
Okay, it's a personal thing. No,
Okay, let's
okay,
address
let
this
me
question.
explain why. No. Let me quickly say one last thing. The reason why I thought that was really good that she liked a white boy, because a lot of Indian girls like me grew up feeling that white guys wouldn't like them because we're not white girls. There is that I've gotten shit for it from white guys. Like, it is what it is. Like,
But do you realize
I
how
think
that's a
that
double-edged sword,
insecurity.
right? That is a
What?
double-edged sword because you're kind of showing like Indians can like other Indians. It has to be someone superior, like almost like a white boy so superior, hard to get, which is not the case. So that's basically a double-edged sword in that sense, right? That's what you're propagating with that. So it works both ways. It's interesting to think about.
That's true. Yes.
Okay, let's move on to Rashmi's question. Can you guys talk about how teen and adults fill our minds with distractions and not deal with the real problems?
Okay. 110%. I think that's a really good question or comment to talk about, because I think they don't talk about real issues because no one in their past generations taught them how to talk about real issues. I made a comment with my mom. I was like, Mom, like, I'm depressed. And she was like, what about the depression you gave us? Like, or, it's not real. Like, I'm serious. I swear, I'm exposing my family right now so hard, but it is very real. Like, I just talked to someone earlier whose parents were like, no, depression isn't real. You have a great family. You have a great life. You come from a stable home. You have good job, good car, whatever, I feel like they didn't know what mental health was growing up. And so for them to talk about it, it's a taboo subject. It's in our culture. It is what it is, To see Devi going to therapy was shocking. To openly go to therapy was shocking. I feel like I know so many people. Yeah.
I think the really powerful scene was not Devi was going to therapy, which was obviously her dad passing away was kind of traumatic. But I think when her mom goes to therapy and kind of breaks down and actually kind of enjoys it, which shows us like that's something kind of a taboo topic for people in Indian culture, or Desi culture in general, or South Asian culture, for like to not attend therapy or like suppress our thoughts and actually look at mental health in a way, in a different light, which I thought was powerful. If the mom can do that, because our generation can. I think it starts with the older generation, right? So I think that scene was more powerful than that.
But you know why? You know why she went to therapy? And I think because if you notice, she said she didn't have family or support here. Who was she going to talk to?
Yeah.
Who was she going to talk to? So clearly, I know my mom may not go to therapy, but her therapy is all of her freaking friends and family on WhatsApp, like university. I swear to God, like WhatsApp all the time. Talk to my family in India. She has outlets. She has sources to talk to. And my mom always says they play therapist amongst their family friends group because they have people to talk to, but she didn't have that. So it finally forced her to go, And Priyanka Devi said something late. She said, because that's what I felt like Devi was doing with Paxton instead of talking about her dead dad, as Pound pointed out. Oh, yes. Okay. I definitely think, I don't know if it's daddy issues or whatever you want to call it, but definitely distracting her mind.
Don't say daddy issues. Daddy is very sexualized, so it just comes out wrong when you say daddy issues. Say dad issues.
Paxton can be called daddy any day. Shit, like he's bum. I don't care. But point being, you get my point though. Point being though, I agree with what she's saying. I guess I didn't realize in the moment, but Priyanka Devi's comment was right because I think we tend to, take away all of our energy and focus and project it on someone else. Our time and effort to go, like, when you like someone, I feel like it's a full-time job. Like, seriously, it feels like a full-time job pursuing.
You're doing it wrong if it's a fucking full-time.
Well, maybe then I'm like Devi, who likes to, not discuss things, and it's a distraction. It really, truly is a distraction because it takes up so much of your time. I've literally heard people say, like, when they like someone, like, and when they don't have a crush, like, shit, what am I supposed to do now? I'm telling you, it's a full-time job. It takes time. Yeah, it's a full-time job for me. It honestly, I think it's right. It was a big distraction. And the therapist even said it herself, though. The therapist even said it herself. She's taking her time and energy and like pushing away her problems because she's giving her time and focus to Paxton because she thinks the high school, like she said, is the time to get boys. But clearly there was underlying issues because, okay, one point I have to make clear for those Paxtonators, she kissed Paxton, right? After that scene, Paxton you do realize.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, whatever. She got her dream kiss. Point being, if you realized when she was going to sleep, she saw her dad come in, right? She kept on replaying that moment with her dad. She was like, oh my God, like think about Paxton, think about the kiss, think about the kiss. But she really couldn't. She was focusing on the fact that, her dad in whatever situation at the time, I don't really remember. Or I think he said you just got home late or something like that. But like I said, I think it's a very big point noted that Paxton was kind of like the void, not like taking place, but just a distraction, a void filler is what I'm trying to say.
For sure. Maybe that's why she obsessed. And I think that's something they touched on, which was good.
And I feel like she did open up. she opened up easier to Paxton. Before Paxton kissed her, you saw that she opened up for a glimpse. Like, you know what I mean? I think she opened up to, like, Ben may have noticed what was going on with Devi a lot more, and he was informative, but of the situation, but Paxton also asked her about how she was feeling. He's not used to that kind of conversation, you know? She did open up for a glimpse.
But as far as like Ben, like bringing the friends together, understanding like, hey guys, Eleanor, I forget the other girl's name.
Fabiola.
Fabiola, hey Fab, Eleanor, your
Also,
friend needs come
fully
hop in.
noted, I've definitely been that girl, and I've been told people, and no shame to say this, I've been that girl who would pick a guy over her friends. I've been it. I've been that girl where she made that moment. I've done that. I've genuinely done that, and it was like, it was real. Okay, I've been there. So
Everybody knows hoes before bros. How can you break the one cardinal rule?
oh my god, my cousin said hi. Hi, Karan Pia. But yes, I know.
No, I'm just
But
messing. I mean, shit.
I
Like
just
we
feel
all
like
do shitty things at times.
I feel like that was real though. That was real.
Yeah.
Those were real moments. And I think as much as it's not cool to look at, like it didn't make Devi look good, and maybe people did, like, you know, not like it. But let's be honest, we've all been there.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Nidhi, we're approaching the end of our convo. Any final thoughts on the show? Give me a rating out of 10. If you say 10,
Okay.
if you say 10, please don't.
1,000 out of 10. And then you divide that, and then it's like 100% for me.
You liked it that much? Yeah.
Yes, I loved it that much. I did. I loved it that much.
I'll be honest. Like the only reason I watched this because the Indian lead in it, the plot was mediocre, but I did like the Indian representation, not just Indian, but like basic representation, and like Fabiola coming out, the therapist part, mental health awareness. Overall, I think Mindy Kaling did a decent job of representing as much as she could. Obviously, there's things that didn't come up well, but I would give the show like an 8 out of 10.
But I hope you guys all understand that there's going to be more of the show. There's no doubt about it. So hopefully let's keep open minds towards it. And, you know, we can, you know, hopefully hope to see that it hopefully get, like, also one thing I have to say, I guess putting in the right way is saying this, Maitri, the character Devi, who plays Devi, did say this is one story of all the South Asian stories that need to be told. And it's a true story. So people need to stop bashing on her for one story. Like, let it be told. First of all, talking about death like that. No, a lot of people went to it and they got mad about the Priyanka Chopra comment. Like, they forgot about the whole show. It was a joke, you know? Like, they didn't realize, like...
That's because people...
No, you know how many people made a big deal out of it? It was blasted all over Twitter. If this is the kind of representation I want, then take it back. You know what I mean? People will never be satisfied.
Listen, though, that's a small minority. Those people have nothing better to do besides being offended by everything. And no matter what the show does, they will be offended.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they will really pick apart in small parts. There will, of course, not be 100% great representation, but it's a step in the right direction. That's all we need.
But I think we're on a good path right now, and I think it's going to be really exciting when the show does. Second season comes out. Hopefully, I hope this goes on for a good couple seasons so I can see the progression, because we don't get to see that, you know? I'd really hope to see her progress over the years. Like in high school, going into college, and marriage, and let's see. But yeah.
Also, I will say one more thing. I think the show being narrated by Johnny McEnroe and then one episode where Andy Samberg came on was that was pretty cool. I
mean, I didn't know I knew the second guy. I knew Andy. I didn't know Johnny McEnroe. John McEnroe, whatever his name is. I'm sorry. Tennis. I play tennis, but I don't follow any superstars. I'm sorry. I didn't know who he was. My dad probably does. I thought the narration was cool. That was something taken from what Jane the Virgin actually did too with the narrator. So it wasn't a new idea, but
no, I don't know how I feel about that usually, but it usually can go hit or miss. But I thought I liked it for this show.
That's good. Right. I thought that was really cool though, because it was showing it from, like, I liked how they had that scene with the dad, and he that dad moment where John McEnroe called it out. I thought that made me cry. If you didn't cry, people, you don't have a heart.
I didn't cry, but I definitely had some watery eyes. But that was a good full circle. But all right, Nidhi, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything you want to plug?
No, I'm
No?
not. I'm not. But everybody knows who I am. No, I'm kidding. Thanks for all my friends and family for joining. I appreciate it. Last but not least, I will say this. Thank you for having me, Satvik, and I will see you on the tennis courts and kick your ass. Also, Team Paxton, please. Team Paxton. Don't forget.
Nobody likes Paxton. Team Ben. Here we go.
Team
all right,
Paxton.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right. That was episode 6 of Masti. Thank you all for tuning in. I will have this episode out on YouTube, IG, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts like usual. Thank you all for the support. Comments were popping tonight. Thank you all. Have a good night.